Alright, hi folks, and welcome back to Math with Captain Rod here. I'm making this video to demonstrate how to calculate both arc length and area for a sector of a circle. Chat about what we're looking at right here. So imagine we've got some sort of circle here with radius r. And I imagine like a piece of pizza, if you will, sliced out of that. So this is what I mean by a sector of a circle. It's this piece of pizza here. This distance in green along this path is referred to as the arc length. It's very common to denote that with a letter S. And then this distance is the radius of the circle, as is this distance. So the interior angle here that I called theta, that angle in radians is defined as the ratio of this green arc length here, I'll even put it in green in the equation, divided by the radius. So in the example that I've drawn, it looks to me like that arc length is just a little bit larger than the radius. This might be maybe, I don't know, 1.1 radians, something like that. And this is how arc length generally is calculated. A slight rearrangement of this equation reads S equals R times theta. So now when you're calculating arc length, all you need to know is the radius and the angle in radians. If the angle's in radians, it's just a matter of putting in the value and getting a number out. If the angle is in degrees, it gets converted into radians, and then you put it in there and calculate them. So that's how arc lengths are calculated. I'm going to save the examples for another video. We'll talk a little bit about surface area now. So when we're talking about surface area, we're talking about this stuff right here. I'll do this in red. We want this area right here, the area of that piece of pizza. And I usually recommend people just calculate it like this. Let's start with the entire circle. The area of an entire circle is pi r squared. Now, think about this in terms of fractions. If we wanted the area of half of a circle, we would multiply this by 1/2. If we wanted the area of a quarter circle, we could multiply this by 1/4. If we wanted an area of, say, 10% of the circle, we can multiply this by 1/10, right, and so forth. What we can use is a process like this to calculate the area for a given angle. Imagine that this angle was given to be, say, 50 degrees. Now remember, that's 50 out of 360. So if we took the total area and then multiplied it by 50 out of 360, we would get the area of that piece of pizza there. So in general here, we can take the area and multiply it by whatever the interior angle is out of 360 if it's in degrees, or whatever the angle is in radians out of 2 pi, and that'll get us the total area of the sector. So this is meant to be just kind of an introductory video on how to do these things. I think I'll save the examples for the next video. Hope this helps. Have a great day.